I shouldn't be smiling. West Ham United 1, Aston Villa 2. First game of the season. The first, I don't know how long, first half, first 60 odd minutes of the game was very much like old West Ham. The old guard were there, only a couple of new signings on, and it looked very much same old, same old. Lopetegui made a few brave decisions. He brought Bowen and Paqueta off, and brought on a couple of the new players, Somerville and Fulkrug. Somerville looked lively. Fulkrug didn't really get much of the ball. But of course, who scores the winning goal? The player that we've been chasing all summer, John Duran. Typical that is, isn't it? But look, there's a few players that were given their opportunity. A few of the old guard were given their opportunity to demonstrate what they're capable of doing, and unfortunately many of them fluffed it. Soufal, you gotta love him.
Look at him up there on that fucking screen going like that.
Don't worry about him.
Excuse my
Soufal, you gotta love him, but you just know he's not good enough anymore.
Duran, look.
He's not good enough anymore. That's what he's talking about. Duran is up, Onana's up there, winding up the fan base, but anyway. Soufal, unfortunately, I think he's done. Mavropanos, too many errors. I'm surprised he wasn't taken off. But he made some brave choices. Wiggy.
Yeah, I'm incredibly disappointed because I came today and I was hopeful. I was really hopeful today. And you get there and you look at that lineup with Antonio up front when you've just paid £27.5 million for another striker. You know, Antonio doesn't look interested. He doesn't want to be here. He's in Wolves already.
He ain't going to Wolves.
Well, he's going somewhere. That's for
He
sure.
will go somewhere, but Wolves won't pay him the money. Pete, go on with it. Sorry.
No, carry on.
Pete.
No, I accept that. I expected far more changes today than we actually got. I expected Fulkrug and Todibo to start. We were shown how poor we were. Mavropanos, like he shouldn't be there. And we gave away a very soft goal right at the beginning. I mean, within 4 minutes. And we looked like we were West Ham, not under David Moyes. And we never looked like we were going to score a goal. We got a penalty. But Aston Villa bossed it the whole game.
They're a good team, aren't
they? Yeah,
they?
they are a good side.
They are a good team.
But we gave them far too much respect. And the changes, I mean, he took Paqueta, Bowen off, along with Antonio, who shouldn't have started. We should have started with Falter. A whole new face. Go out brave. If we lost with all the changes that he's brought, I'd have accepted it. But we went out there with the old West Ham, and the old West Ham lost.
Can I ask where Wan-Bissaka was today?
On the bench.
You know, we signed him. That was the one that I was excited about.
Yeah. Look,
Forget the others. The others were players that nobody else wanted.
Well, no.
We signed a mismatch of players.
I disagree.
No, I disagree with that as well.
Well, you can disagree all you like. We signed them.
Fulkrug is a decent.
Who was after him?
After who?
Who was after Fulkrug?
The guy's
Tell
a German
me.
international.
He's a German
It's
international.
a German
He's
international.
It's not a mishmash of players.
But
We've got to accept.
Who wanted to sign him?
We've got to accept it's going to take time for these players to gel. But I would agree.
Why
that.
aren't you playing them?
Well, no, I would agree.
Oh,
Why are we not playing more of the? I think that a few players.
I'm incredibly disappointed
He wasn't brave
because
enough.
I've turned up there today, and that side is appalling.
I think a few players have been given their opportunity under Lopetegui,
Yeah, but why?
but to demonstrate whether they can do it or not. And
Yeah,
I think
what?
Lopetegui's got his answer.
In a league game, didn't we
Yeah.
have friendlies for that?
Well, not in. We didn't have all our players,
we
in
did.
time.
Didn't we have friendlies for that?
No, well, we did, but unfortunately, not everyone was there.
And let me just throw something else in the mix. It's a populist decision, but why is Bowen the skipper?
I don't think that matters.
I think it matters a lot
Unfortunately.
because he's not motivating the players at the back from the front, is he? You need somebody at the back.
Well, he's made his choice. He's made his choice. He is the captain now. We've got to get behind that.
But
It's a
Kilman,
and that performance, if that goes, and if that is anything like what we're expecting this season, we are in big trouble.
Kilman should have started today.
And I'll tell you that.
Kilman did start.
came on.
No. Kilman played today.
What, started?
Yeah, he started. He started alongside Mavropanos.
Oh, right.
It's Todibo that came on.
I will call it that if he puts a side out like that plays like that, we are in trouble.
And I accept that. I agree with you. I think there are a number of players today that had their opportunity to demonstrate what they were capable of doing. I think a number of players.
I don't agree that they should have been given
That's
that.
fair enough. That's your opinion, but I think
you sign 7 new players that are meant to benefit the club and improve the club, why are you not playing them?
I think we're going to see more than a few new players signed next week. I think Wan-Bissaka against his old club, Crystal Palace. I think he'll be playing next week. I think Todibo will play next week. You'll see a different back line. I'll tell you what surprised me. Souček got the armband. What does that tell you?
What, after Bowen came off?
After Bowen came off.
I don't have an issue with Souček, though he should have scored.
Who else were you giving it to?
Well, he either becomes captain.
Because that side out there today was weak.
So does that demonstrate that Souček is part of Lopetegui's plans for the future?
I don't have a problem with Souček being that side, but we need to balance the team whereby the likes of Mavropanos, Kufal, who I personally thought had a poor game today.
Yeah.
So we need to obviously bring the right back up to speed with the likes of AWB and go with that.
I just think I'm fuming today because
Of course you
that's
are.
not a side that he should have picked today, and that's not a performance that we were expecting. Any of us.
Those seven players that we signed should have made more of an impact in that game today than they did. And I don't know why he took Paqueta off and Bowen at the same time, because they were the only strike force we had. We didn't threaten at all. We came late in the day, and Souček should have scored.
Did anybody have Paqueta to get booked in the 30th minute?
And he says it with a straight
That's the other
face.
question.
Who knows?
5,000 pence says he didn't, but there you go.
Who knows?
But no, it was a poor performance. End of.
Okay. Well, there you go. There's the opinion of fans who pay their money. Look, it wasn't great. It started off, it felt a little bit like we gave a soft goal away, as we did all of last season in a set piece. I mean, for goodness sake, within the first 4 minutes, a soft goal given away. We got back into it, maybe a bit of a fortunate penalty, but, it was a foul, so a penalty is a penalty. We should have carried on from there. Let me have my say. We should have carried on from there, but unfortunately, the second half we played better. But as people are saying, some of these players that were out there today, the likes of Sufal and Mavropanos, we all knew what they're capable or incapable of. I think now Lopetegui knows. Antonio up front. I don't think we're going to see Sufal, Mavropanos and Antonio starting in the next game. Let's see what happens from there. 2-1 loss, not a great start, but there's plenty of time. It's disappointing. The performance wasn't as good as it should have been, but let's see where we go from here.